So the Sixers finally got rid of Ben Simmons. They traded for James Harden. I think they have a pretty good chance of winning the NBA championship this year, or at least coming out of the East and making it to the NBA championship this year. Did you know that there's a way that I could actually bet on that and profit off of my futures bets predictions? That's called a futures bet, and that is exactly what this video is going to entail. So listen in, and we'll start cashing on some futures bets. What's up, everybody? My name is Matt Modi. I'm a content producer and betting analyst for OddsJam. And as I mentioned in the intro, today's video we're going to be talking about futures in sports betting. We're going to be talking about what is a futures bet, an example of a futures bet, all that good stuff. But to start off, the literal definition of a futures bet is it's exactly as it sounds. It's when you are betting on an event to occur in the future. So beyond the current day or week or month, anything like that, you're betting on a future outcome to occur. So the example I used in the intro would be you can bet on a team to win the championship, or you can bet on a team to go to the championship. You can also bet on a team's over-under win-loss record. That would be an example of a futures bet. You can also bet on an individual award. So this NBA season, the MVP race is getting hot between Joel Embiid, and Nikola Jokic. You can bet on who you think is going to win the MVP or Coach of the Year, any of that stuff. Those are all examples of a futures bet in sports betting, which again, you're just betting on the future outcome of an event. So what I have up here is Caesars Sportsbook, and as you can see, there is a tab here that is called Future Bets, which, as you guessed it, is where you can bet on futures. So for the NBA, there's a bunch of different options. Let's look at them. So the first one, you can bet on the NBA championship winner. So as I said in the intro, again, if you think that the Sixers are going to win the championship, you can get them at plus 650. Or if you think the Phoenix Suns, who have the best record in the NBA by far, lost in the finals last year, are going to win, you can get them at plus 450. That is a futures bet on the championship winner. You can also bet, as you can see here, on the conference winner. So instead of betting on the championship, you just want to bet on the Western Conference or the Eastern Conference. So looks like the Nets and the Bucks have the best odds, with the Sixers in third, going on from there. You can also bet on division winners. So the NBA Central Division, NBA Northwest, Pacific Division, any of that stuff, Atlantic. If you keep scrolling, you can also bet on, will you think this team make the playoffs or not? So the Pelicans, maybe they get Zion back. The Hawks, they made the conference finals last year. How could they miss the playoffs? So these are all examples of a championship futures bet, or something similar like just will they make the playoffs. So another sportsbook that has futures that you can bet on is DraftKings. As you can see here, not only can you bet on team futures like we talked about on Caesars, but you can also bet on player awards. So Defensive Player of the Year, Sixth Man, Coach of the Year, Most Improved Player, Rookie of the Year, and then regular season MVP like we talked about. Embiid's the favorite, but maybe you think Jokic is going to win the second year in a row. Or maybe the Bucks are going to make a run and you like Giannis. These are all futures that you can bet on. Another example of a futures bet that we can bet on is player stats. So you can look at a player's over-under points per game and think whether they're going to go over or under that number. So this is for an individual player. They also offer a scoring leader. So who do you think is going to average the most points per game? These are all examples of futures bets that are player specific, and these are on DraftKings Sportsbook. One of the common questions about futures is just asking how the odds are calculated. And funny enough, they're actually calculated the same way a normal game is calculated, like money line, spread, anything like that. All the sportsbook does is they assign a percent chance they think of an outcome that is going to happen, and then they assign an odds based on that percentage. So, for example, if they think that a team has a 50-50 chance of winning the game, they will price that at minus 110 each way with the VIG, right? They do the same thing for a futures bet. So if they think that a team has a 50% chance of winning the title, they'll price them at minus 110, or sometimes they have a little bit more juice on a future like minus 120. But if they think a team's only going to have, like, let's say, a 20% chance of winning the title, then their odds will be like plus 400, something like that. All you need to know is that each future, when you look at the odds, that is basically a percentage chance that the sportsbook gave to a team and then just converted that percentage chance to the odds. Personally, I love betting on futures. They're almost always plus money, so if you're able to hit on them, it can be very, very profitable. And if you think you are ready to bet some futures, I'm happy for you. I'm excited for you. I would recommend signing up for all the sportsbook that you have available in your state. So check out the links in the description and sign up anywhere that you are not signed up. Again, if it's legal. As you saw, I only provided 2 examples, and there were 2 different future options you can bet on. Caesars was really good with the championship winner and all that stuff. DraftKings had a lot of player options. So make sure that you are signed up everywhere you can, so that way you have access to the most futures. And that's all I got for you. So again, my name is Matt Modai. I'm a content producer and betting analyst for OddsJam. If you liked what you heard, if you appreciated what I had to say about futures, please let me know in the comments. I would love all the feedback, would love all the engagement. Or if it's negative, please let me know that as well. Would love to know what I got wrong. And if you hate the Sixers and think that there's no chance they're going to win, that's fine. You can let me know that as well. But other than that, please remember to just rate, review, subscribe to the OddsJam YouTube channel. We want to grow and help as many people cash as possible. But as far as this video goes, that's all I got for you. So thanks for watching, and have a good one.